Hey, it's me, Nalthazar, and welcome to another Magic the Gathering Puzzle Quest video. In today's video, I'm going to be going over a cool way to make Foretell actually kind of work. So, let's get into it. Now, for starters, I don't actually have all of the Foretell cards. I actually have a fairly small pool of cards from Kaldheim, probably not comparative to the rest of the community, but at the very least I have a small portion of the cards of the set. So, on day one of my pulls, I wound up pulling two of my big chase cards. I pulled Haunting Voyage, and I pulled Rise of the Dreadmarn. And I really wanted to try and make these cards work with their Foretell, but it didn't take too long for me to feel like Foretell was not quite the mechanic for me. We were not friends. But then someone in my coalition chat posted a deck of theirs where they were using Foretell that runs Korvold. And so I was like, wait a minute. That is an absolutely amazing idea. So I mentioned this fellow in my Kenrith's transformation video way back with Eldraine, but his in-game is Omnius. In Coalition, it's Eric. But yeah, so Omnius came up with this idea where if you run Korvold is going to destroy a support token every turn. And so it's whenever it attacks or enters the battlefield, you destroy that support token. So what's going to happen is you're going to be destroying all of the Foretell tokens that you put on the battlefield from things like Rise of the Dreadmarn or Haunting Voyage, which means that you're going to be getting the bonus effect for Foretell. So if you've been trying to make Foretell work, you haven't found a way to do it, and you have Korvold, then go ahead, throw Korvold into your deck, and you're going to see magical things happen. It's really cool. Like if you run Korvold even with like Thassa, for example, and you flicker Korvold every single turn with Thassa, then when you flicker Korvold, he's going to go ahead and destroy some of your Foretell tokens also. So the idea behind this deck is this is a Nissa Shadow Bows deck. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to play off this graveyard theme. You're going to hear a lot of probably the cat in the background. We just got back from being out of town for a week, and so we picked up the cat, and the cat's kind of like clingy today, so I'm letting her stay near me. But anyways, so the idea here is to dump a whole bunch of stuff in the graveyard and then maximize Haunting Voyage and Rise of the Dreadmarn. So to get things in my graveyard, I've got Garuda, which is somehow even better than it was before because of all of the cool stuff with graveyard that we got in Kaldheim also. I've got the traditional staple of Gather the Pack that's going to be throwing creatures into my graveyard. And then I have Otrimi, who I'm going to be using to mutate onto my creatures to destroy more cards from my library that are critters. So just throw all of the critters that I can in my graveyard, and then try and make Rise of the Dreadmarn make as many zombie tokens as possible. And as an added bonus, maybe just bring back all of my Kool-Aid stuff with Haunting Voyage. So let's go ahead and get into the gameplay. I actually had a tremendous amount of fun playing this match. It was a very sweet match, so let's check it out. Alrighty, so I got a huge kick out of this because I hit record and then boom, I'm up against Omnius, who is the person that I got the idea for making this deck in the first place from, or at the very least, theme of it of using Korvold. So running up against him in the training grounds was super cool. Like super cool. So double shout out to you, Eric. So I've got both the World Tree and I've got Castle Garenbrig in my starting hand. That pretty much sets me up for all of my gem conversion, which is pretty sweet. And so I'm going to be getting Garenbrig down turn 1. I'm going to be getting the World Tree down turn 2. And then I'm going to go ahead and prioritize trying to get Garuda down before getting Korvold down. I just want to go ahead and start dumping things in my graveyard, and I don't have anything to Foretell right now. So I draw into Otrimi. Otrimi's going to go ahead and make it so that I get even more stuff in my graveyard. So that's like a big win-win-win. I'm going to use Nissa's first ability to convert some gems. And then I'm going to go ahead and drop Garuda. So going to make the green match. We're going to call it good. We don't have any green critters down yet, so we're not going to get any bonus mana out of it. We're not getting any bonus gem conversion, but that's okay. We don't need it just yet. My opponent plays a Foulmire Knight. I'm pretty sure that's the name of that little critter, that little Death Touch Berserker thing. So I know that Garuda's going to die next turn, and so you might think that this is a somewhat questionable play, but I'm actually still going to go ahead and mutate Otrimi onto my Garuda. So I'm going to do that because it's going to guarantee that 2 creatures get thrown into my graveyard. And then on top of that, it's also going to go ahead and likely throw more things into my graveyard from actually playing the thing and mutating it. And then I'm going to hit and get a creature back. So I'm kind of hoping here that even though I'm losing Garuda, I'm either ideally going to be getting another Garuda or another Otrimi back from the graveyard. And so sure enough, I pull an Otrimi that's perfect. I can actually use Otrimi and mutate it onto Korvold. And so what's going to happen here with that mutation is, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to exile Rise of the Dreadmarn from my hand. And so this is one way that you can enable Foretell to work. And so you're going to see that when I exile it, I get a support token, that Foretold Dreadmarn token. It's that white support with 3 shields. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do that. I'm going to bring it down on the battlefield, and I'm going to mutate Otrimi onto Korvold. So by mutating Otrimi, that counts as another copy of Korvold entering the battlefield, which is immediately going to be destroying my token and is going to be immediately giving me zombie tokens. Now you could say, well, it's also going to be whenever Korvold attacks, so why didn't you just exile both of the things from your hand? And I didn't exile both of them because I didn't actually want the Haunting Voyage to bring all of my creatures back before the Rise of the Dreadmarn gave me zombies. Now I did not expect to get 22 zombie tokens out of this, which is awesome. Like, I'm loving getting all those zombie tokens. Love playing zombies. So super, super cool. Oh my gosh. Yeah, by the way, if you play this deck, if you have the cards for it, you're going to be able to play like crazy amounts of zombies. So expect to see a Necromancer's Covenant deck coming up soon with Rise of the Dreadmarn. I've been playing a lot of that lately, actually. Just a little bit of added incentive for why more people should go using Daxos, right? Yeah, I'm even playing against Daxos in this match. What am I doing with my life? I don't know. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to exile another one of those Dreadmarns. I want to see how many zombie tokens I can get out of this. I've got a 5-match in green here. I'm going to be playing another Korvold, which is going to immediately go ahead and destroy that Foretold token. And so we're going to draw a card, and we're going to see, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, spoiler alert, 29 zombie tokens. So these zombies are going to they're going to exceed 100 power right here. Look at this. Look at this nonsense. I've played 2 Rise of the Dreadmarns here. Just 2. That's it. I've played 2 of them. And I've already got over 100 in power in 2/2 zombie tokens. So, well, 100 power, exactly. And I know I'm going to lose some power in zombie tokens because when my Korvold attacks, it's going to make me lose reinforcements. But that's neither here nor there. That's not a big deal. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to try and trigger that activated green gem, see if I can get some more conversion going, see if I can play more of my hand. Let's see. So we get the conversion, and we don't get to play more of our hand. But that's okay. We are going to get to take all of the Korvolds and Garudas from our graveyard from Haunting Voyage. And so you'll see that Korvold comes back. Garuda, we're going to go ahead and replace Otrimi with. Actually, this Haunting Voyage here is the one that is Foretold. So this should bring all of them back. So we're going to go ahead and we get 1 Garuda and 1 Korvold. I feel like that's a mistake. I feel like I probably had more in my graveyard there. But Omnius is dead. I'm so sorry, Eric. You tried, man. It's okay. It's okay. So that's really how the deck works in action. It's a great way of making Foretell work. I would very strongly suggest that you try this out. It's a lot of fun. You don't have to just use these cards. These just happen to be the only good ones that I personally have with Foretell. But you will be seeing more Korvold Foretell decks coming from me as I pick up more of the set. I really quickly want to thank all of you who left a comment in my last video about just giving me some feedback about how you felt about the longer gameplay. I wound up running 4 matches in that video, and so even the one person who sent me the "you can do better than this, Nalthazar, I did not like this," that's still really good feedback for me to have. But the overwhelming response was that you guys want to see more content. So I know I'm following it up with a single gameplay video. But that's because I spent a heck of a lot of time today recording, and so my next video actually has me using a number of different decks in the video. It has quite a lot of gameplay. It's going to be another one of those things where I'm going to be taking it in a slightly different direction. So I would once again love your guys' feedback on if you would like to see me making more videos like the next one in the future, where I My first video was on Prismatic Bridge, so this next one is going to be Prismatic Bridge as if I was a free-to-play player. So I know that I make a lot of videos that showcase like cards working in their ideal form, and so as a result of that, I mean, that's going to come with my collection, which is near complete, whereas most of you probably don't have all of the cards. And so as I've been getting into other games lately and playing some other things like Genshin Impact, like one of the things that I've really appreciated, because I play all my other games as free to play, is when content creators are making a free to play guide on how to use the stuff that I'm getting. So I really like that other people are doing that, so I'm going to try and put some of that on my channel for you guys too with Puzzle Quest. So if you like that, if you want to see more of that, please let me know. You guys leaving comments in my comment section is really like one of the best ways of letting me know what you want to see more of, especially as it's like always there. The comments are always there, so I'm always going to be checking them out. So I really appreciate you all. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.